Good morning, everyone. Today we have a meditation and breathwork practice. It'll be about 30 minutes. And this can be done seated, laying down. You could stand, as much movement as you want today. So I'll be in a seated position. I've got just some props helping me sit a little bit taller today. And if that feels good for you, you can do the same. And then just finding your seat might take a little bit of movement. You can kind of wiggle through the shoulders, side body. Maybe you want to close your eyes. So you've got a little bit of time here just to notice your body, notice that it exists, and then start to notice how it feels. Sometimes it can feel easeful to focus on the breath. So if feeling your breath is a good place to start there. Notice your inhale, notice your exhale. And maybe you start to move out into your body. See if you can start to notice your muscles and joints. Feeling how they're all connected. You could even wiggle certain parts of the body just to bring a little bit more awareness to it. And if you haven't already, start to bring a little bit of movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers, opening and closing the hands, maybe even rolling through your wrists here. So as we prepare for our meditation today, it can feel really helpful to kind of get into the body, just kind of let it move and breathe a little bit, and then settle into relative stillness after that. So let's start by bringing the hands to the rib cage. So you can kind of find your waist first and then move up from there, kind of right underneath the chest. And if this outside position feels a little challenging for the shoulders or the wrists or anything, you can always take the hands across the body and feel the opposite side ribs. So however you want to land here, just finding connection to your ribs. Again, maybe a little higher than it seems like they might be. And then just breathe. And as you breathe in and out through the nose, or if it feels better to breathe through the mouth at any point, I know we've got some allergies going on here. Feel free to breathe in any way that feels comfortable right now. And as you do, notice if your ribs are pushing out into your hands, you're getting a little bit of movement in the torso. Or if there's a little bit more stillness in the ribs, notice where your breath is going. So it might be down into the belly. Maybe you're feeling it a little bit higher into your chest. And if you can, see if you can really think about moving the ribs as you breathe in. So our lungs are within the rib cage. So as they expand, naturally our ribs will start to expand. So we want to create that space and mobility in the torso to help the ribs have that space that they need to breathe. And then you'll slowly let the hands go, maybe wiggle out the fingers. I know my wrist can start to feel a little cranky after a few breaths. Open and close. And then we'll start to move a little bit here. So you can bring your hands to your knees or your thighs and start to move through cow and cat. So with your inhale, lift the chest, maybe lift your chin. And then with your exhale, round, pressing your back behind you and kind of curling in, looking down toward your lap. Moving with your own breath here, cow and cat. Flexion and extension of the spine. There are no wrong ways to move. So if your body is asking for something this morning, feel free to offer that thing. You might start to open into a big circle here. Imagine tracing a circle with your ribs all the way around, forward, side, and back. And you can keep this connected to your breath, or you can start to change that breath pattern a little bit. And you'll switch directions. Tracing the circle in the other direction. Again, trying to create your widest circle at this moment. Feeling into all of the edges of the ribs. Maybe even notice your sits bones or your pelvis kind of moving around your seat. We'll come back for another cow and cat pose right at center. Feeling the symmetry. Left side, right side. Let's start to add the arms in here. Bring your arms out into a cactus shape, so goalpost, or bending the elbows and taking the hands up on top of the elbows. Big breath in, maybe look up. And with your exhale, cross one arm on top. Give yourself a big hug. We'll move through that again, switching which arm is on top. Open with your inhale and hug with your exhale. Keep moving with your own breath. Inhale to open, exhale to close. It would feel good to add a little bit more movement to the arms. Feel free to add some scooping action, opening and closing. Next time you land with your right arm on top, give yourself a big hug and stay there. Here for a few rounds of breath. It could be cow and cat again. You could instead take some side bends, moving side to side, feeling the difference from right side to left side, front of the body and back of the body. And however you're breathing, just keep it flowing. Let's open back up with your next inhale. You'll switch and place your left arm on top. Same thing with the hug, and move in any way that's calling you here. Cow and cat, side bends, or anything else. Once you come back to center, open your arms, and then we'll simply shake them out. Let them go. If you have your legs crossed, I'll invite you to switch which leg is in front. We're seated for just a few more moments here, trying out a couple different things, moving into the ribs a little bit deeper. Take your right arm up with your next inhale, and then you can use the ground to block anything alongside for a long side body stretch toward the left. So left hand on the ground, right arm reaching up. If you're in a chair, you might use the arm of your chair here to lean into. And then start to play here. You can look up toward your hand. You can look down toward the ground. You could lean a little bit deeper into your side bend, or you can come up a little bit. So playing here, stretching wide from hip to hand on the right side of your body. Big breath in to come back up. And then we'll bring the right arm down. Shake it out. And we'll take that on the other side. Left arm goes up with your inhale. Side bend to the right with your exhale. Ooh, notice any differences from this side. Right hand is on the ground, left arm is up. You can look up toward your top arm. You can look down toward the ground. Again, thinking about that length from hip to hand on the second side. Maybe you're leaning a little deeper, exploring in any way that would feel good. And again, still breathing. Start to bring yourself back up. Left hand comes down. We'll take 2 more on each side. So your own pace here. Lift up with your inhale, side bend with your exhale. Stay for a breath or 2 or move right back to the top, switching arms, left arm up and over. One more set, taking your time to move here, side body stretch. You might notice first side bend to this third side bend. Maybe it's feeling a little more easeful. Maybe you've got a little bit more depth here. And then we'll come back to center. Shake out anything you need to. We'll finish with twists in this movement portion before we start to move into breath. Inhale, reach both arms up. Big breath in. And you'll twist to the right with your breath out. Front hand can come to your knee, back hand could come to the ground, or you might take your hand to your low back. Offer a little support here. And then let your gaze rest wherever feels comfortable. So you might turn your chin toward your back shoulder, right shoulder. If that feels a little bit too intense, you could turn the head forward toward the front shoulder, left shoulder. One more big breath here, in and out. We'll take it to the other side, sweep both arms up, coming back to center, and then switch to the left. Big twist to the left. Again, front hand to the leg, if that's supportive, back hand to the ground, or low back lifting up as you're turning to the left. Same thing on this side. Feel into the neck. What position feels best on this side? It might be different than the other side. That's okay. Breathe here. And just like we did with our side bends, you'll start to take 2 more twists on each side, your own pace. Arms reach up with your inhale and twist with your exhale. Again, you can stay for the breath or you can move right away. Last set. Encouraging your breath to flow freely here. And one more time, you'll return to center. Good. We're going to kind of reassess how the ribs are feeling and where that breath is going. So I want you to take your hands to your ribs again, however you did it the first time, either same side or across the body. And again, we're going nice and high on the ribs, just underneath the chest, and then start to breathe, or rather continue to breathe, right? Letting the breath flow in and out. a natural breath here. And notice if you feel any difference from these breaths from the first. Maybe there's a little bit more space for the breath to move. Each inhale, broadening the ribs out to the sides, front and back. Each exhale, contracting back in. And whether you notice a difference or not, that's okay. I want you to think about breathing into your hands just a little bit more for 3 rounds of breath. Really sending your breath wide, all directions, 360 degrees around the torso. You'll take one more breath, rib cage breathing. And again, let that go. Move through the hands, arms, anything that you need right now. And then I'll invite you to find a comfortable seat. So it might be the shape that you're in. You might want to stretch the legs out or just find a different position here. For this one, I'm going to sit on my feet. And then just settle in. This could be laying down, right? It doesn't have to be another seat. So if you want to lay for this one, it's breath. We're going to move the breath on a 4 count inhale and a 6 count exhale. So just a little info before we get started on the breath. Our inhale is the part of the breath that increases the pace of the heart. So the heartbeat increases when we inhale. And with the exhale, the heartbeat slows, which is kind of cool. So we already have this little bit of control with the heartbeat and the breath, that connection. So as we slow the exhale down to a longer count of 6, we give the heart a little bit more time to beat slowly. And the importance of that slow heartbeat is that it tells our brain that we're okay, right? So we're moving into a parasympathetic state, or rest and digest, or from stress to not stressed, with that breath. So let's give it a try. You can close your eyes, you can keep them open. Again, your comfy shape here. And first, just take a breath in and out. And this time you'll breathe in for 3, 2, 1, out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 3, 2, 1. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 3, 2, 1. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 3, 2, 1. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, out. In, out. Continuing on your own. In for 4, out for 6. And finish out one more set of inhale and exhale. And come back to your natural breath. Wherever you are, flip your palms to face up toward the ceiling, toward the sky. Palms up is this physical gesture of receiving. To imagine what you need coming right to you, right to your hands. Whatever you need coming to you. Could be things that you need for survival. Could be dreams that you want to manifest. Goals that you've set, achieved. Whatever you need coming to you. Palms open, receiving. Notice if anything arises as you imagine these things landing in your hands. Could be physical sensations arising. Maybe the hands feel heavy. Maybe they feel warm. Maybe there's this sense that you want to close them. See if you can open back up. Receive. Could be something else coming up. Maybe it's resistance or grief or excitement. And again, it might be nothing at all. That's okay too. And sometimes when we think about the things that we want and need, there's this reaching. See if you can soften the reaching and just allow. Simply receive. Know that it's coming to you because it is yours. Notice your breath here. Receiving, allowing, accepting. Feel what that does to your body. Take one more breath here, receiving all that you deserve. Everything in this big, beautiful life. And start to bring a little movement back to your fingers. Maybe you bring your palms together. Offer of gratitude for yourself. Gratitude to the universe for providing. You might move through the wrists if the hands were feeling really heavy there. And then eventually you'll bring your hands to your heart, stacking one right on top of the other. Feel your heartbeat, feel your breath. And here we offer a moment of gratitude to ourselves. Thank you, body. Thank you, mind. Just thank yourself for carving out this time in your day to simply be with yourself and breathe. We'll close with a breath together. Big inhale. Let it go. Thank you so much.